Hello, my name is Rhonda Bender, the bird with a brush, and today I'd like to give you a little sneak preview of a new product that Reaper's been working on, super washes. So here we have the 12 super washes that are the first of this product line that are being released. So this is kind of dipping a toe into a new kind of product, and Reaper's looking for feedback and opinions on what people think of it. Initially, they will be available for purchase as part of the swag bundles, swag boxes for ReaperCon 2022. Keep an eye on reapermini.com, and I'm sure that they will post information on the front page as soon as those boxes are available for order. After ReaperCon, which is Labor Day, any additional product that they have will be put up for individual sale, and then eventually these will make it into the retail market if people decide they like them. So that's just, I don't want to delve too deeply into how to get these. If you're interested, I suggest you watch Reaper's Twitch channel, Reaper Miniatures, and especially Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, I think. They have a show called Reaper Live where you can talk to the owners and managers at Reaper and ask them your questions directly. But I want to talk to you about paint because that's what gets me excited. So I'm going to show you some of the figures that I've been painting with these paints first. I had 5 colors of prototype paints for these paints for about a month now, and these are some of the figures that I've been working on. So I'll just zoom in a little and give you a quick look. So this figure, I'm not going to get into the details for how I painted each of these. I might do a follow-up video in the future, but I know you're dying to just see the product, so I don't want to take too long showing you some miniatures. I just wanted to show you some of the things that are possible with this product. So I've been playing around with painting them over zenithal priming, over just white, using washes, and then painting them over, adding highlights to them after the initial color. There's lots of different things you can do with these. You can mix the colors together, they mix really well, and you can also apply them one over the other to mix optically, which is what I did here. I painted the entire robe green and then painted the blue over just the edges to create that teal. You get a different effect when you thin them down with water or medium than you do if you add white. So this is an example of thinning the black down so that more of the underlying white surface shows through. And this is what it looks like when the black is a little thinned down, and I added a bit of ordinary white paint. I had painted the bone on the skeleton a little darker than I liked, so I dry brushed over it, and I didn't have any problems working over the super washes at all. So those are a few examples of miniatures that I've painted with these products. So let's get into looking at these colors. I'm just going to dispense them into a weld palette. I've used these on a wet palette as well. I'll just finish doing that and then come back and show you what they look like applied to a textured miniature. Alright, so let's get into it and see what these look like on some textured miniatures. These are Brinewind Docks from Kickstarter 5. Honestly, I have no idea if these are out in retail yet or not, but I had them handy, so I airbrushed them white, and I think they'll make a good surface to test the properties of how the super washes fall into the texture. So this first one is Gilded Yellow. Use a nice big brush. Zoom in a little. Next we have Templar Red. The second red is Blood-Kissed Red. Normally, if you see these little bubbles, I would normally try to pop them, or I will usually blow on the item. The breath will usually pop them. I don't want to pick it up after every color and do that, so I'm just going to proceed and deal with the bubbles at the end. Next up is emerald green. I think that's one of the colors. I think I've had the yellow, the red, and the green were part of my prototype products, or ones that look very close to it. I'm excited to see this next green, which is dark bow green. Just gonna try adding a little water and seeing what it looks like thinned out a little. It's pretty dark. And the last wash for this dock is Tempest Blue. I think this is also one of the colors that I had a prototype for, although my prototypes may not have been exactly the same as these colors. So I'm going to put that aside to dry and work on the next 6 colors on another dock. The next color is Mythos Magenta for all your tentacle needs. It's also nice to have magenta to mix additional colors with. It's a very useful mixing color. Then we have a Drow Violet. And now we're into ones I haven't seen myself, and I'm very excited to check out. Oh, I like that one. That is nice. And then browns, which I've eagerly been awaiting. This is Chestnut Brown. There was some discussion about how Reaper already has a paint named Chestnut Brown, although it's very clearly marked as a superwash. So I don't know if the name of that one could potentially change to avoid confusion. Oh, that it looks like a very useful brown. I mean, a suitable color for the dock if I were painting it for real. This one is Leather Brown. Also a suitable color for wood and many other brown surfaces that we have to paint. The second to last one is Bone Shade. Both Ron and Ed at Reaper said they really love this color, so I'm excited to get a chance to see it in action. Yeah, this would have been much better for my skeleton that I had been painting with the black thinned down. And lastly, we do have the black, Nox Black. So this one is a little bit more opaque than some of the others, so that it will make a true black, but it is very easy to thin these down and get different consistencies, or as I mentioned, add white and get a lighter color that way as well. So I'm also going to set this one aside to dry and then come back and show you what everything looks like. They're mostly dry. I think there might be a few little crevices where things are still wet, but I think it's dry enough for us to take a look and see what you think. So that was the Gilded Yellow, Templar Red, Blood-Kissed Red, Emerald Green, Dark Bow Green, Tempest Blue. You can see how it brought the textures up of the wood very nicely. Now, remember, I was applying this very quick and dirty. And you can see that, as with any paint, if you apply wet paint next to wet paint, those paints may mingle, which is in some ways kind of nice because you can do wet blending with these on the figures. I've had fun. That's how I painted this guy. But now let's look at the other 6 colors. This is Mythos Magenta, Drow Violet, Chestnut Brown, Leather Brown, Bone Shade, that's right, Bone Shade, and Nox Black. So I hope that you have enjoyed this little preview of the new Reaper Super Washes. If you like this video and you'd like to see me paint a few more things with these Reaper Super Washes, let me know down in the comments. You could also join me on Monday afternoons on the Reaper Miniatures Twitch channel from 2 to 5 p.m. No, 2 to 4 p.m. Central Time. So 3 to 5 Eastern Time, which is my time zone. That's why I get mixed up. But Reaper's in Central Time, so they usually list all their shows in that time zone. And if you do make it, you can ask me to try something out with them on the stream if there's something you're curious about. Last week I played with them and somebody asked me to test whether they reactivated. So I scrubbed on some of the miniatures I'd painted and I did not find any reactivation. You can watch that video either on Reaper Miniatures Twitch channel or over on the YouTube channel. It's already been uploaded there. And as you know, please feel welcome to join me Monday, or go to birdwithabrush.com if you'd like to read some articles with tips for miniature painting. Thank you for joining me. I hope I'll see you again soon.